Hi, my name is Danielle, and something I know a lot about is running shoes. One thing that everyone knows about me is that I like to run a lot, and I've been running since I was little. And when I became more competitive running cross country and track, I realized to become faster, I had to train harder, run more miles, and basically it was important that I stayed injury free. And in order to stay injury free, I needed to make sure I had the perfect running shoe for my foot. I've always worn ASICS brand running shoes, and ASICS is an athletic company that was started in 1949 in Japan, and the name stands for Anima Sana and Corpore Sano, which is a Latin phrase meaning a sound mind and a sound body. ASICS was actually founded on the belief that the best way to create a healthy and happy lifestyle is to promote total health and fitness, which goes along with the phrase a sound mind and a sound body. ASIC's guide to choosing the right running shoe is what has helped me the most with me choosing my own running shoes, so I thought I'd give you guys a brief breakdown of what they suggest. Most basically, a running shoe is something that helps protect the foot from pounding that you get while running. It also helps perfect a runner's gait so that you can run further and faster. Basically, a running shoe is made up of three parts, beginning with the outsole. The outsole is the bottom of the shoe that provides traction with each foot strike to the ground. And above the outsole is the midsole. And the midsole provides cushioning and stability that you need in order to stay injury free. And lastly is the upper. The upper is basically just the mesh part around the laces, but that is important because it keeps your foot in the shoe. Going along with that, you want to make sure your shoe fits comfortably but snug. You do not want your foot rolling around inside because that will create some nagging injuries that are just not worth your time. You don't want any blisters. That will not help improve your running at all. Most importantly, I want to stress that you have to pay attention to your stride and how your foot strikes the ground. This greatly affects your running. The way the foot strikes the ground and follows through and leaves the ground is what is called pronation. And your running shoe can be classified by what type of pronator you are. There are three types I'm going to talk about. The first one is normal pronation or natural stride. This allows your foot to naturally absorb shock, and the outside of the part of the heel makes contact with the ground first. The foot rolls and making complete contact with the ground, and this rolling of the foot optimally distributes force of the impact across your foot to prevent injury. So basically those with a neutral stride or normal pronation should go with a structured cushioning type shoe, which in the ASICS family would be a Gel Kayano, which this is, or anything like the GT 2150, which is new. Anything along those lines, but make sure you remember structured cushioning shoe. Because you do have a normal pronation, it's nothing too serious. The second type of pronation is overpronation. This is normally linked to people that are flat-footed, but as with a normal pronation stride, the outside of the heel makes contact with the ground first, and the foot rolls in, but in this instance, the foot rolls in too much. And this means that the foot and ankle have problems stabilizing the body, and the shock isn't absorbed as efficiently, which is dangerous. But then, at the end of the stride, the front of the foot pushes off the ground. So mainly the big toe and the second toe are affected, which is not an even distribution of the force at all, which definitely could cause an injury like a stress fracture if too many miles are run on this. So really, you need a type of shoe that is going to give you maximum support and help control this pronation. So it should be a motion control maximum support shoe, definitely. And examples of that in the ASICS family are either Gel Evolution or Gel Foundation shoes. Those are both very good. The last type of pronation that you could have is underpronation. Now, this isn't linked to normal arches or flat-footed people. This is high arches this time. And just like the other two kinds of pronation, the initial sequence of the stride begins with a contact with the outside of the heel, and then instead of the foot rolling all the way, it doesn't roll in enough. So this means that there's not an even distribution of the impact, and it's mostly concentrated on the outside of the foot, which is not good. You do not just want pressure on the outside of your foot, because that can also cause injuries like stress fractures. So in order to correct this, you need a kind of shoe that is very cushioned, especially on the outside of the foot. And ASICS recommends shoes like the Gel Nimbus, which I have right here. And the Gel Nimbus provides extra support on the outside of the shoe that you can see, actually. And it definitely helps that, so the force will be more evenly distributed with the help of the shoe. So basically, when you are picking your running shoe, make sure that you pay attention how it feels, but also what kind of pronator you are. If you overpronate, underpronate, or just a normal pronator, make sure you pick the shoe that's perfect for you, and you will be injury free. Okay, that's it.